What if I told you that one of the most legendary cars of the 90s, an icon of speed, culture, and Hollywood fame, might not be the smartest choice in 2025? The Toyota Supra Mark IV is still adored worldwide. But here's the real question. Is it actually worth your money today, or is nostalgia clouding our judgment? Welcome to Driven Insight, and today we're finding out if the Toyota Supra Mark IV is really worth buying in 2025. The Toyota Supra Mark IV launched in 1993 and quickly became Toyota's flagship sports car. What made it famous was the 2JZ engine, strong, reliable, and incredibly tunable. Add its starring role in Fast and Furious, and it turned from a Japanese performance car into a global icon. But that was 3 decades ago. The question now is simple. Does the Mark IV still deliver in 2025, or has time finally caught up with it? Let's start with the obvious. The Toyota Supra Mark IV still looks stunning, even in 2025. That long hood, the wide stance, the flowing curves, and of course the massive rear wing. Park it next to a brand new Porsche or a Tesla, and it still grabs attention. The design hasn't aged, it's become iconic. And in the car world, design matters. You're not driving an old 90s box, you're driving a piece of art that people still respect. Under the hood sits the 2JZ GTE, a 3.0-liter twin-turbo inline-six that has become almost mythical. Why? Because it's nearly indestructible. Toyota built it with forged internals and a cast-iron block. That means you can push huge power numbers without tearing it apart. In stock form, it's smooth and reliable. With modifications, it can reach 600, 800, even 1,000 horsepower and still keep running. Even today, tuners chase the 2JZ because few engines handle stress like this one. Owning a Mark IV means owning one of the greatest engines ever built. Most old sports cars feel fragile. The Mark IV doesn't. Yes, parts wear out over time, but the mechanical foundation is rock solid. Owners have put 200,000 or even 300,000 miles on their cars without major issues. Compared to the Mazda RX-7's rotary, which requires constant attention, the Supra feels bulletproof. That peace of mind matters if you want to drive it, not just look at it. Here's something many classics lack: support. In 2025, the Supra still has one of the largest aftermarket networks in the world. Need suspension? Easy. Brakes? No problem. Interior refresh kits? Available. Want to build 1,000 horsepower? There's a catalog for that. And because the community is so active, you'll never struggle alone. Forums, YouTube channels, and social media groups keep the Supra alive. It's not just a car, it's a global project platform. Unlike most cars, the Supra isn't a depreciating asset. It's an appreciating one. Back in 2010, you could still find clean examples for $25,000. Now, turbo manuals with low mileage are crossing the $150,000 mark at auctions. Even higher mileage automatics rarely dip below $60,000. That means if you buy one today, you're unlikely to lose money. For some buyers, the Mark IV is as much an investment as it is a car. Numbers on paper don't tell the full story. Behind the wheel, the Supra feels special. Steering has weight. The chassis feels planted. It's not as razor-sharp as a Cayman, but it's engaging. And unlike many modern cars loaded with screens and drive modes, the Mark IV feels pure. You control it, not electronics. On the highway, it cruises comfortably. On a back road, it feels alive. That analog driving experience is rare in 2025, and it's part of what makes the Supra desirable. This point might sound intangible, but it's real. Drive a Mark IV to a meet and people will notice. They'll want to talk about it. They'll want to hear the story. Few cars carry that instant recognition. It's not just respect, it's admiration. And being part of the Supra community gives ownership extra value. You're not just buying a car. You're buying entry into one of the most passionate automotive cultures in the world. The Toyota Supra Mark IV still delivers in 2025. Its design, its engine, its reliability, its community, and its investment potential all combine into something unique. But legends aren't perfect, and the weaknesses are just as important to consider. The first weakness is technology. Remember, this is a 90s car. Inside the cabin, you won't find Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Bluetooth integration, or even a proper modern infotainment screen. You'll get a cassette player and a very basic radio. Safety tech is just as old. No adaptive cruise control, no blind spot monitoring, no lane keep assist. Even airbag systems are decades behind current standards. In 2025, when even budget hatchbacks come loaded with features, the Supra feels stripped down. For collectors, that's fine. But for daily drivers who want convenience, it's a big step backward. Here's where expectations clash with reality. The Supra Mark IV is famous for hitting 1,000 horsepower but not stock. In factory form, the twin-turbo 2JZ makes just under 300 horsepower. Back in 1993, that was impressive. Today, a base model Mustang EcoBoost or a Hyundai Elantra N can out-accelerate it straight from the dealership. That means if you want the legendary performance, you'll need upgrades, bigger turbos, fuel system mods, ECU tuning, cooling improvements, and more. That adds thousands to the price. If you keep it stock, don't expect it to dominate modern rivals. No matter how strong the engine is, the rest of the car is still 30 years old. Rubber seals around doors and windows dry out and crack. Electronics, things like window switches, wiring harnesses, and sensors are prone to failure. Suspension bushings wear out, making the ride loose. Even the interiors show age, with faded plastics and peeling trim. Keeping the Supra tight and fresh often means constant maintenance. Parts do exist, but sourcing OEM quality replacements can be expensive, and mechanics who truly know the platform are becoming rarer every year. The Supra is fun, but living with it daily is tough. Visibility isn't great because of the thick rear pillars. Fuel economy sits in the mid-teens if you drive it hard. Comfort is decent for a 90s car, but nowhere near modern standards. And because of its value, you'll think twice before leaving it parked at the grocery store. Owning one feels more like protecting an investment than driving a normal car. For some, that's fine. For others, it takes away the joy of ownership. Finally, there's the problem of desirability. Supras are theft magnets. Their value, popularity, and modding potential make them targets. Insurance premiums reflect that. In some areas, owners install GPS trackers, kill switches, and garage-only policies just to sleep at night. That adds cost and stress to ownership that newer, less famous cars don't carry. The Toyota Supra Mark IV is legendary, but daily ownership in 2025 comes with serious trade-offs. Outdated tech, modest stock performance, constant maintenance, and theft risk all weigh against it. It rewards passion and patience, but it punishes convenience and budget. The truth is, the Supra Mark IV isn't for everyone. In 2025, it works best for a very specific type of buyer. If you're someone who values cars not just for performance, but for story and culture, this is your machine. Collectors who want something that grows in value will find it hard to ignore. And if you love tuning, building, and chasing big horsepower, the 2JZ gives you one of the best platforms ever made. Even as a weekend toy, the Supra still turns every short drive into an event. But here's the other side. If you're just looking for speed per dollar, this car will disappoint you. Modern sports cars are faster out of the box and come with all the safety tech you'd expect today. As a daily driver, the Supra also makes compromises. Fuel economy, comfort, and even peace of mind, because you'll always be thinking about its value and theft risk. For casual owners, it can feel more like a burden than a joy. So the Mark IV isn't the universal answer. For some, it's a dream come true. For others, it's the wrong car at the wrong time. The key is knowing which side you fall on. And that wraps up today's breakdown of the Toyota Supra Mark IV. We'll be bringing more cars to the channel, classics, modern sports cars, and everything in between. So if you want clear answers on whether they're really worth buying in 2025, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned. Your next dream car might be in the next video.